When you farm row crops, you are producing and contributing into the waterway a lot of phosphorus and nitrogen. Blue Run goes to the Rapidan, Rapidan goes to the Rappahannock, Rappahannock goes to the Chesapeake Bay. So all the runoff from here ends up eventually all the way downstream.
Over the past 30 years or so, billions of dollars have been spent to restore the Chesapeake Bay.
We have made real progress in the materials that come out of wastewater treatment plants. Elsewhere, there's still a lot of work to do. The Rappahannock River still has huge sediment loads in it. Here in the York River, we still have significant sediment and nutrient loads that degrade water quality. So we have succeeded in some areas, but we have probably more than half of the job left to do. But the big challenge for us now is in the non-point source arena, which is the farm fields, the backyards, the city streets, everything that doesn't come out of a pipe into the bay, but simply runs off the landscape. That's where the difficulty is. That's going to be even more expensive.
The Virginia Nutrient Trading Program allows a developer or municipality to buy a small portion of a new development's required nutrient reduction from a nutrient credit seller, offering a cheaper and possibly more beneficial alternative. Perhaps most importantly, the program provides a cost-effective way for owners of old parking lots and shopping centers to meet new stormwater requirements. Just another way of introducing greater innovation, creativity, and reduced cost to the Chesapeake Bay program in the years ahead. Orange County landowner David Perdue has developed what is known as a nutrient bank.
So what I have done here is taken 80 acres of cropland, very traditional row crops, taken it out of production as row crops, and planted 30,000 trees on this property.
By taking that farmland out of row crop production, in this case mainly corn and soybeans, and converting it permanently to forest, Perdue is reducing the amount of nitrogen and phosphorus running off into the bay. The amount he is effectively removing is measured in pounds. Each pound of nutrient removed equals 1 credit that he makes available for sale to developers and municipalities who must meet EPA stormwater runoff limits.
So they can come upstream, buy credits from a nutrient bank like me, and then not be as concerned about it downstream. And they take my credits down here and they get their credits up here, and it zeroes out.
So how much does a typical credit sell for?
It's an immature market still, but it's a potentially very lucrative thing. There's not a fixed price, but one credit could sell for somewhere between $10,000 and $15,000, which is a lot of money. Now once I sell a nutrient bank credit, once I sell an acre of land, if it's right here behind me, 1 acre to whoever buys it, we'll call it VDOT in this case. And I and any subsequent landowner are responsible for making sure that 1 acre of land stays in trees in perpetuity. It's as permanent as a conservation easement, it's as permanent as anything.
This may not appeal to some landowners, but for a lifelong farmer who's looking for a comfortable retirement and whose heirs have no interest in continuing the family farm tradition, land conversion into a nutrient bank is a good option.
And in the case like mine, I was renting this land out to a farmer who owned the equipment and did all the farming. And I was getting $30, $40 an acre. It's going to take a long time to really make a dent in anything at $30, $40 an acre for the way that land prices are in this area. So,
on the buyer's side of this marketplace, private sector developers could buy credits to offset requirements to manage stormwater runoff from parking lots, for example. Zeke Moore of SDI Engineering in Fredericksburg designs stormwater management facilities for commercial and residential developments. It can be an expensive proposition.
What if we had the nutrient removal capabilities in our toolbox at the time this was done, maybe you wouldn't have needed 3 ponds. 2 ponds might have been enough to get you water quantity control and a substantial portion of your removal requirement. Instead of having 3 ponds, maybe it's 2, and you purchase some of it, the remainder from a credit, and maybe you could have gotten a little bit more commercial development in on the project, that type of thing. It would have saved you, one footprint. It's still kind of young. It's not out there. There seems to be some holdups with it. It's there, but it's a little tricky to get it approved, to get get somebody to allow you to purchase the credits. If it becomes available and easier to use and to access, yeah, I would advise my clients that this is an option for them. I don't know that it's going to be something I would say, oh, willy-nilly across the board, we're just going to buy credits from now on. I don't think that's kind of practical. But there are certainly cases of projects where your project is already so small, you just don't have the room. You can do some, but you can't quite get it all. Well, hey, I can make up the remainder by buying the credits from somewhere else.
Other potential buyers of nutrient credits include municipalities that must meet progressively stricter regulations concerning stormwater runoff into the bay.
For the Chesapeake Bay, the pollution of concern is our nutrients and sediment, so nitrogen, phosphorus, and sediment. And for our stormwater permit program, we have formulas that give us an idea of the amount of nutrients, nitrogen and phosphorus, and sediment that we have to remove. There's a possibility that nutrient trading could be used as one tool in the toolbox to help us reduce the pollution that we need to. One of the challenges that we face is that a lot of the nutrient trading opportunities are not local. So one of the concerns that I have is, we have one option. We can do local water quality projects here in Stafford that help our local waterways and have other benefits besides just reducing pollution, or we could purchase nutrient credits.
The Virginia Nutrient Trading Program is administered by the Department of Environmental Quality, which certifies land conversions and keeps a registry of nutrient credits that are in the bank, so to speak, and are available for sale.
I think it's been slow getting it started. Originally, the non-point source credits were to be used to offset new and expanded point sources in Virginia. And with the economy being down a bit in recent years, there really hadn't been a lot of growth in that sector, so there hadn't been a lot of demand. More recently, those credits have been used to offset new construction, new stormwater impacts from new development. And that program appears to be working quite well.
The question is, can we regulate or innovate our way towards a cleaner bay? The answer, of course, is we do both.
But to get as far as we need to go in reducing nutrients, basically everybody is going to have to do everything they can everywhere.
Pat Cody is the chairman of the Northern Virginia Conservation Trust. He is also an investment banker.
I think the essence of what we're trying to say is that there is a business model out there which is cost efficient and administratively easy to do once you put it in place. And so we're trying to see whether that can work here. So my view of life, if you incentivize the private sector to do the right thing, and you have to regulate how they do it. I mean, it's like a basketball game. You got to have boundaries and a referee, but you got to let them play the game. But once you do that, then market efficiencies can come into place, and it will be cheaper, quicker, better than having some courthouse government complex kind of try to organize it.
The Virginia Nutrient Trading Program is still a work in progress, with some cumbersome issues that still need to be worked out.
The analogy I use is like we're trying to solve a jigsaw puzzle in a dark room without all the pieces. So it gets a little trickier with nutrient because you don't want to have a clean upper and a dirty lower. So some of the metrics and mechanical issues, have to be, those are real issues. They got to be worked out. And so we think there's a real opportunity to try to get it, it's time to get in the weeds and figure out what is and what isn't to make it work. And it's kind of a win-win. And one of the things that I've preached is I think there's an obvious convergence. So if you're trying to offset phosphorus, nitrogen, or sediment, you're looking at real estate and open space. If you're trying to have recreational fishing, you're looking at water quality and open space. If you're looking at parks, you're looking at open space. So I think that there is a bigger convergence of interest by a lot of people that is not a conflict.